Hi folks, how are you? As always, a pleasure to connect and speak with you on contemporary topics on life and careers. And as I keep saying, if that is an area of interest for you, probably you should consider liking and subscribing to this channel and hit the bell notification as well. A very, very interesting and contemporary topic I wanted to address today, and I say this is contemporary because right here in the YouTube ecosystem, I see a whole lot of people waxing eloquent, if I can use that word, about why life ends at 40 and why, if you probably haven't made it big when you're 40 years old, I think probably you're doomed. And honestly, as someone who's crossed that path, someone who's seen a lot of ups and downs in the careers, I really feel that this is nothing short of fear-mongering or scam-mongering and probably unsettling people in terms of their thought processes. First thing first, anecdotal evidence points out very, very clearly, both in the IT and non-IT space. Forget everything else, just go by anecdotal evidence. Look around business leaders around you. And also when I say look around, you look around in terms of on 100, how many in that manner, percentage points. So if you look around CXOs, 100% of the CXOs, on 100%, how many percent people are less than 40? How many percent people are more than 40? Likewise, if you probably on the non-IT setup, how many CEOs of organizations or how many managing directors are less than 40 and how many are probably in their late 50s or kind of early 50s, late 50s and stuff like that. I think very, very clearly, if you just do this very, very simple exercise, you will clearly see that whatever is being told by people on YouTube and probably people on making their posts viral on LinkedIn and other social media platforms, where they are very, very emphatically saying that life ends at 40 or a career ends at 40, and if you didn't make it big in your career at 40, you're doomed. Yes, an age of 40 or 45 is a big crossroads as far as anyone's career is concerned. Absolutely, there is no doubt about it. But if someone says that if your career is going to start at 22 and it is going to end at 40 or 41 or 42 or whatever it is, essentially the other irony is that I think a majority of these people who are experts in their human resources knowledge, in their coaching knowledge, in their industry knowledge, are very, very clearly saying that the lifespan of an employee in today's work environment is about 18 to 20 years, which itself is ridiculous because believe me, unless otherwise you make a mess of things, unless otherwise you probably started off on a wrong note. When I say started off on a wrong note, I always tell people who are trying to aspire for a career, be extremely careful as to how you nurture your career in the first 5 to 10 years. Don't jump off and don't be in a mad rush to get increments. Don't be in a mad rush to become a CEO or CFO when you are 35 or 40. Don't get too inspired by the pink-colored newspapers, which also, thanks to today's robust startup ecosystem in the country, keep tom-tomming about the fact that somebody has become a billionaire when he's 35 and 40 and things like that. Believe me, all these are exceptions. The rule is that people are really building careers way above 40, particularly in the non-IT sector. And even in the IT sector, quickly run through the leadership teams of Infosys, Wipro, Happy Minds, and probably the top 10 or 20 organizations in India, and just casually go through the kind of age bracket of people who are heading the organizations, heading functional areas, heading large teams and things like that. You will very, very clearly see that this talk about careers ending in 40 is probably ridiculous. And yeah, maybe people have made it big at 40 or 42. That is an exception. That is never the rule. So very, very clearly, I emphatically want to rubbish that point that careers ends at 40. Careers don't end at 40. Lives don't end at 40. Careers probably end at 50 or 55 or even 60 if you've got the robust mind, body, and you are agile in terms of keeping up pace with what is happening around you. Yes, the most important thing is if you become a stale professional, if you can use that word, then there is no way that you probably can make a great career. If you are a stale professional, probably even if you are 35, the career is going to end because you didn't really bother to learn the ropes. You really didn't bother to check what your core competencies. You really didn't bother to nurture your career in the first 5 or 10 years. Understand what is your passion and find that intersection between your passion, what your skills and competences are, and also what is paying up in the job market. I think understanding that combination is extremely important if you want to be successful in career. And yes, people who probably are at the crossroads at 40 and probably are struggling to really look for a road ahead when they are 40 are those people who made this classic initial mistakes in building a career. And I'm sure if you are not one of those who made those mistakes in the initial part of your career, very, very clearly your career is strong and safe, and you probably can go on steady until you are 55 or 60. So I'm not saying everybody, irrespective of how you perform on the job, are going to have a safe career. No, that is not the point I'm trying to make. I'm only trying to abhor or probably beat to the generalizations where people happily, just for the sake of probably clicks, come around and tell you that if you are probably are 40 and you've not become a vice president or president, or you probably haven't become a technology head or whatever appropriate designation in the industry or in, they talk as though everything is doomed. Absolutely not. As long as you are willing to learn, you're willing to unlearn, you pick up the right skills and competencies, you're willing to reinvent yourselves every 5 to 10 years, or even maybe because times have changed, things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, etc. have made a huge advent. So if you probably understand that particular changes which are happening in the market space and very, very clearly make you indispensable. When I say make you indispensable, I often when I talk about building careers, I talk about what I call as the classic irreplaceable skills. Unless otherwise, you're going to have irreplaceable skills in today's job market, irrespective of what you are. You could be an engineer, you could be a doctor, you could be a surgeon, you could be a CTO, you could be a computer programmer, you could be a data miner, you could be a data analyst, or whatever it is. Irrespective of what you do, I think your skills have to be replaceable. And I may say have to be replaceable, two things. One, it should be very difficult for some of your peers to replicate what you're doing. Because that is what is a decisive edge. And more than your peers not being able to do or replicate it, stuff like artificial intelligence and machine learning should not be able to replicate what you do. So as long as this is taken care of, as long as you probably are ahead of the curve in terms of the skills and competencies which are the order of the day, and as long as you have that urge to reinvent yourselves every 3 years, every 4 years, every 5 years, believe me, you can happily rubbish all these talks of life is going to end at 40. I know I probably have given a very, very generic take with a little bit of anecdotal evidence, but I thought it is extremely important for us to understand and not to get disillusioned by the fact that people are going around talking on YouTube and making videos, particularly people who position themselves as experts in HR or who are experts in the IT workplace, who are experts in advising on making careers, or who are experts in helping you in life after careers, etc., etc., are telling you that if you didn't I think make it big at 40, you're probably doomed. Not at all. As long as you bear in mind whatever I've told as points which you need to probably understand and work on in this particular short video, your career is extremely safe. And believe me, just quickly see who your bosses are, see what is the age is. You'll understand what I'm saying is right. Again, I'm not really trying to criticize or belittle people who make these videos about life and career ending at 40. My entire point is we as a part of the candidate universe, as prospective employers, prospective employees should never lose hope that things are going to end at 40. It is not that way. Things will go much further beyond 40 if you are mentally prepared, physically prepared, prepared in terms of the knowledge you have, prepared in terms of your skills and competencies, and prepared in terms of how good you are a reinventor of yourselves, and how good you are in rebranding yourselves for the contemporary marketplace. It was indeed a very happy. It was happy and pleasure talking to you about this, and I thought it is probably something which is of very, very pressing and burning importance, because I think every fourth or fifth video I see today on YouTube, particularly on people who talk about careers, is all about life ending at 40. Believe me, life doesn't end at 40, and in some cases, if you probably have nurtured your initial part of your career well, wonderful career breaks could even begin at 40 and take you on further until you are 55 or 60. My good wishes to you and your family, and all the best for a wonderful career. I'm sure you like this video, and probably you could consider sharing it with your friends on groups like WhatsApp and stuff like that. I'll see you soon with another interesting topic. Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.